Hudson has been nerfed, Shiv has gotten buffed. Let's get into this week's patch notes. Going down the list, Ghost is first. He has received some buffs to his left mouse button, his rifle. The damage has been increased by 5% on his left mouse button. And the cooldown on his combat slide shift ability has been reduced from levels 1 and level 2 from 12 seconds to 11 seconds and 9 seconds to 8 seconds. At level 3, the cooldown remains at 8 seconds, so there's no change there. As for Hudson, everybody hates this guy, so he's finally getting nerfed. First of all, we had some fixes to him, some bug fixes. His aim laser now accurately shows his range, both empowered and unempowered. But the most important change is in his minigun and his shift ability. His minigun has its range decreased from 1500 to 1400. And his shift ability now has its hover duration reduced from 2 seconds to 1.4 seconds at levels 1 and level 2, and 2.5 seconds to 1.75 seconds at level 3. So they reduced his range and mobility, which is huge. Jin is receiving a slight buff to his right mouse button, which is his dagger ability. The wind-up time for this ability is now reduced from 0.3 seconds to 0.1 seconds, which is a pretty big change in wind-up time. As for Shiv, her range got increased on her left mouse button. For the base range, the range has been increased from 800 to 850, and when it's empowered, the range is increased from 925 to 950, so she can better function at mid-range. Next, we got some ranked updates. First things first, anyone in the legend rank with higher than 500 ranked points will get reset back to 500 points. Well, this is to recalibrate the new ladder with these upcoming changes. Next, squads who are master or above will now be limited to being duos at most. So this means you cannot have a full squad of master or above players. As for duos, masters and above can now only solo queue, so there can't be a duo of a masters and above. Custom games have been added to the game, but they're only accessible to players who are legend and above. So at Monday 12 p.m. PST, they will grant every player who is legend or above, duos or squads, the ability to host custom games for the rest of the week. If you fall out of legend rank during the week, you'll still gain access to custom games until the next sweep or reset on the following Monday. So until then, you'll have time to gain back your legend rank. In these custom games, you'll be able to set storm shifts, their powers, and game modes. It's a little janky because it's on beta, but it still works nonetheless. These custom games are temporary, so they'll only last until January 15th, 2025, which is still a long time. You're going to need to have at least 8 players in the lobby to start a custom game. There's also been some changes to the death circle. So the first circle, the first initial circle that you get when you drop into the map, not the first zone that closes in, the first one that you get when the map starts, the radius has been increased by 10%. Next up, we got equipment changes. We have a slight buff to Vampiric Axe. Vampiric Axe's base Omni Vamp has been increased from 7.5% to 8.5%. This is great for all those Shiv players out there and whoever else uses Vampiric Axe. You get more lifesteal now. For Swift Blade, the self-heal on empowered attack has been increased from 50 to 60. And for Rampage, the ability power at max stacks has been reduced, so nerf, from 50 to 40. There's also been some changes to some powers in the game. So two-way teleporter, its cooldown got reduced from 100 seconds to 70 seconds. And the minimum delay on reactivation reduced from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, so it's faster to teleport. The other power that's getting a buff is the bungee shot. So the cooldown for the bungee shot has been reduced from 20 seconds to 16 seconds. And the shot warm-up time has been reduced from 0.2 seconds to 0. So it's just instant. And that about wraps it up for this week's patch notes. The devs also released a roadmap for the rest of this year until June of next year. So let's take a look at that. So in December, we're going to have a update to the map. So it has holiday themes on it, so it's going to have Christmas lights on it, which is pretty cool. Always a sucker for these thematic maps. There's also going to be a new merchant called the Roaming Dimensional Traveler. He's dressed up like Santa Claus with the gift box on the back, and hopefully he has some new items for us. That'll be pretty cool. There's also going to be new storm shifts and powers coming to the game in December. And that's going to wrap it up for the year. As for 2025, this will be the start of the first ever season. It's going to be Season 0, Arc 1, and it will last from January all the way to March of 2025. And in this arc, we're going to have a new experimental game mode. And from the screenshot, it looks like you'll be able to play the same character on your team or your squad. So you can have 4 different kingpins. You can have 4 Shivs, I guess. But in the screenshot, it shows 3. Maybe it's a trio game mode too. Not much to go off of from this alone, but we'll see in January to March what this new game mode is. There's also going to be map gameplay updates. It looks like they're going to change some parts of the map to make them better. I think this is Ion Acres in the screenshot, and it looks like they've changed stuff up. There's also going to be new cosmetics coming to the game. Here you can see a new Jewel skin and a new Felix skin. Jewel looks like she's like, I don't know, she looks kind of old. She got gray hair. She looks like she's from The Witcher now. And Felix looks like a robot, so that's pretty cool. There's also going to be a new hunter coming out in this arc. It looks like she has 2 turrets, and she looks like an engineer sort of that builds stuff. So that'll be cool to see in the game. It says in the notes that they want to experiment with equipment in this arc in some way. They want to make it so you have more options for your build, and they want to add more spice to your end game. They want to change up the zones, the powers, and items to have more end game variance overall in the game. It's something that a lot of players have given them feedback on, so that's what they're going to work on for this arc. Also important in this arc will be the first ever battle pass for this game. I was really looking forward to having a battle pass for the open beta, but it wasn't out, so I'm gonna look forward to this one. I play this game a lot, so I'll be able to finish that battle pass no problem. I hope there's some nice good skins in there, and it does say that they plan to let us earn infinite. So that means if you complete this arc's battle pass, you'll be able to purchase the next battle pass in the upcoming arc, which is great. That's how I love it. Speaking of the next arc will start in April and will end at June. So it looks like these arcs will last 3 months each. And in this arc, they don't reveal too much information, but they do say that there will be new hunters. There's no teaser for this hunter except for this little portal here, which I'm not sure if it's relevant to the hunter or if it's just a portal from the game. There's also a new blank update, which is what they're trying to hide. I guess that's redacted for now. There's going to be hunter model updates for some characters. In this picture, it says that it shows Felix, Void, and Aluna. So those might be the hunters getting a model updates. There could be more characters getting updates. And there's also going to be new cosmetics. And it looks like there's a new Brawl skin that makes it look like a Power Ranger. It's pretty cool. And a new Ghost skin that turns them into like Iron Man, which is pretty sick. And that about does it for the dev roadmap that the developers released. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe for more SUPERVIVE content. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.